Hello everyone, my name is Sierra Trost. I just want to thank you for tuning in today for my segment, How Do You Know? Daniel Patrick once said, everyone is entitled to his own opinion, but not his own facts. Today I'm going to share both a credible and a fake news story. I'm going to break down exactly how to tell if it is fake or credible. Stay tuned. The first news story today that I'll be sharing is Joe Biden at the Little Haiti complex in Miami, Florida, kneeling during the national anthem. You might be asking yourself, what? Our very own president is kneeling during the national anthem? I can't even believe it. I thought the same thing, folks. Let's get to the bottom of this. Before I did some fact checking, I wanted to see where exactly the news story came from. It came from Facebook. According to research done by the Pew Research Center, it shows that Facebook is not a trusted news source. Additionally, the second piece of information that the Pew Research Center discovered says that information into the context and reveals that things are not quite so positive when it comes to Facebook and the kind of impact that it's currently having on our world today. As you can see here, there is a tab that actually says missing content. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that and then see exactly what it says. So the sources already proved that it was indeed already a fake story. So things like the Associated Press, factcheck.org, Snopes.com, and USA Today already had confirmed that this news story, in fact, was 100% fake. Although Facebook had already proven and showed that this story was fake, it is always important to do some extra research like fact-checking. So some websites that you can go to is Associated Press, factcheck.org, Snopes.com, and USA Today are very, very credible sources to double-check the news that you are receiving. Aside from that, you can also see if a news story is credible to actually go and check out the news footage yourself. So what I did was I actually typed into YouTube this event, and PBS, which is a very credible news source, actually had streamed it. So it actually showed that Joe Biden was kneeling for a picture and not for the national anthem. So always, always, always double check where you're getting your news sources from and your information, because odds are there are probably videos out there that are showing that they are either fake or they are either true. But again, fact-checking like Snopes, USA Today, and all those are very good places to start. Next time you come across a news story that is hard to find credible or hard to believe, make sure you do some fact-checking. But aside from that, though, ask yourself the three basic questions. Are there more news anchors reporting this story? Is the spelling correct? And if your news story lacks grammar and only one anchor is reporting it, odds are it probably is not very credible. But you will also want to do some lateral reading. So when you're on a website, instead of staying put and taking their word for it, do some more information, open another tab. Instead of reading top to bottom, read from tab to tab. Knowing where a source came from helps. Determine if it's reliable. However, I cannot stress how important fact-checking is. Once you do all of those things, it will become a lot easier to determine what is true and what is not. Even though that there are a lot of fake news stories out there, there are plenty positive and real ones to make up from that. So let's focus on that. So I actually went to the New Yorker and I found a news story called Fighting COVID in the Amazon with Herbs and the Internet. So that was actually posted in the New Yorker on December 11th of 2020. And I'm really excited to show you guys more about this. It's been almost a year since COVID-19 has been introduced to us. And news sources like CNN, Fox, and more have been informing us on all the negatives about COVID. How many people have lost their lives and all the negatives it has had on America and this planet. I know this news source is credible. For starters, I thought this news story was something that the whole world must hear. You must try to make the most out of every terrible situation. Before I began looking for stories, I actually did some outside research on credible news engines, sites, etc. So I found out that the Atlantic, BBC, the New Yorker, and the Washington Post are very credible places to get your news from. And I felt, and I knew this news story was credible because there were several other news anchors reporting it. The New York Post, Reuters.com, Bioethics, and many other scientific sources. They had all the needed information. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. There were no spelling errors, and the website was very professional. Additionally, I thought that it was very interesting that they provided a video to the audience to give them a better vision of what they were doing. They included interviews with the indigenous people, showed them working, but most importantly, displayed how they were feeling. Please feel free to share this information with everyone who might be interested. Let's fix this problem. Thank you.